Cambodia is an Asian country that shares borders with Thailand, Laos, and Vietnam. Its glorious beaches lie on the Gulf of Thailand, across from Malaysia. With its warm climate, lush tropical forests, and crystal-clear sea, it has been a popular destination for tourists and backpackers. Cambodia is packed with historical sites and has a rich and varied past. So let's take a closer look as we count down 6 interesting and unusual things about Cambodia. Number 6. Home to the largest religious structure on Earth. King Suryavarman II commissioned the construction of the temple complex we call Angkor Wat in the 12th century. The sprawling temple covers approximately 400 acres and comprises over 1,000 buildings. Suryavarman ruled as part of the dynasty of Khmer kings that created the largest and most sophisticated kingdom in Southeast Asia. Angkor Wat was initially built as a Hindu temple, and it stands out not just because of its size, but also because it faces west, unlike most temples in the region that face east. Although there is some debate as to why it was built that way, many historians believe that the positioning of Angkor Wat means that it may have been initially constructed to serve as a tomb. The alignment, combined with the counterclockwise orientation of bas-reliefs, a method of sculpture where the design stands out from the background, in the temple, has led many to conclude that the temple was associated with funeral rituals. The temple's design is intrinsically linked with Hinduism, although it was later converted to a Buddhist temple, and its 3-tiered galleries are dedicated to Brahma, the moon, and Vishnu. The temple's dedication to Vishnu provides another explanation for its westerly-facing direction, as while most Hindu deities sit facing east, Vishnu faces west. Angkor Wat's design was thought to represent the Hindu center of the universe, Mount Meru, which is the mythological home of Hindu deities. While many aspects of the temple are clearly Hindu and still sports Hindu-style reliefs, it continues to serve as an active religious space for Cambodian Buddhists, particularly during major religious holidays. In fact, Angkor Wat has been in continuous use since it was first constructed. Despite this, the original name for the temple has been lost to history, and the literal translation of Angkor Wat is City Temple. Number 5. Has had 6 different names since 1953. Scholars studying Cambodian history usually use the name Chen La or Zhen La to describe the Cambodian region before the Khmer Empire. However, it is unknown whether the area was unified or comprised of separate tribes that were loosely allied. Most of Cambodia's historical sites were built during the Khmer Empire. At that time, Cambodia was known as Kampuchea, which came from the Sanskrit Kambujadesa or Cambodia. Cambodia was the name of an early tribe that inhabited the region. The Cambodia came from northern India and controlled large areas in Southeast Asia. The name Cambodia was introduced during colonial times as an English transliteration of the French title Cambodge. During the 1800s, European powers were fighting to establish worldwide empires, and Cambodia was invaded by and became a protectorate of France from 1863 to 1953. A series of name changes came once Cambodia declared independence from France, starting when it became the Kingdom of Cambodia in 1953. In 1970, the Lon Nol government, backed by the U.S., overthrew the monarchy and established the Khmer Republic. Next, in 1975, the Cambodian Civil War saw the Khmer Rouge come to power and changed the country's name to Democratic Kampuchea. The Khmer Rouge kept power until 1979, when the People's Republic of Kampuchea was established. Then, in 1989, the PRK reintroduced the anglicized name, retitling the nation the State of Cambodia. Finally, when the monarchy was reinstated in 1993, it returned to its post-colonial and current title of the Kingdom of Cambodia. Number 4. 1/5 of the population was killed in the 1970s. After Cambodia gained its independence from France, it was ruled by Norodom Sihanouk, who served as king. During this time, a radical communist movement, the Khmer Rouge, opposed monarchical rule. However, Sihanouk was a popular ruler, and the Khmer Rouge could not get a foothold until Sihanouk was overthrown by Lon Nol in 1970. Due to the ongoing Vietnam War, the U.S. bombed Cambodia and helped install General Lon Nol, who in turn supported the U.S. After the U.S. forces shelled the Cambodian countryside, the Khmer Rouge, led by the infamous Pol Pot, started gaining support and was able to oust Lon Nol in 1975. At first, the Cambodian people rejoiced as the civil war was finally over, and many simply longed for peace regardless of who ruled them. But the Khmer Rouge were extremists, and from 1976 to 1978, they systematically murdered an estimated 3 million Cambodians. This massacre is now known as the Cambodian Genocide. The Khmer Rouge was determined to eradicate any Western influence from Cambodia. They forced the urban population out of the cities by telling them that America planned to bomb the most populated areas. They separated families and friends to prevent alliances from forming that might lead to a rebellion. The Cambodians living in the cities were taken into the countryside to engage in agricultural projects. Unfortunately, these projects were poorly managed, either through ineptitude or malicious incompetence, and many Cambodians succumbed to starvation and disease. Then the Khmer Rouge took many men to be re-educated. In reality, they were weeding out and murdering anyone they felt could be a threat. They executed the families of the murdered men to avoid retribution and destroyed familial bonds by encouraging children to spy on their parents. People were killed if they failed their pastoral duties or were too weak to work. Cambodians were told, "To keep you is no benefit. To destroy you is no loss." The Khmer Rouge persecuted anyone they felt could oppose their rule. This group included minorities, such as those of Chinese descent, Cham Muslims, and anyone they deemed intellectual. People were brought to Tuol Sleng prison to be executed, and mass murders also occurred in rural areas called the Killing Fields. As Cambodians fled to Thailand in the thousands, the Khmer Rouge intensified the genocide. Soon, the Khmer Rouge started to cross the border into Vietnam. Despite initially training the Khmer Rouge, the Vietnamese had come to see the regime as pro-Chinese, and now they were a direct threat to Vietnam. In 1975, Vietnamese forces clashed with the Khmer Rouge, which led to open warfare in 1977. Despite the Chinese aiding Pol Pot's regime, they were no match for the Vietnamese forces, and in 1979, the Khmer Rouge was defeated. Vietnam's invasion of Cambodia was widely condemned internationally, and only later did the horrors of the Khmer Rouge's regime come to light. Between 1,500,000 and 3 million Cambodians were estimated to be killed between 1975 and 1979. Number 3. Humans have lived in Cambodia for at least 70,000 years. Archaeological excavations in the Battambang province of Cambodia have uncovered some of the oldest evidence of human activity in Cambodia. A French-Cambodian team of archaeologists, headed by Heng Sapati, discovered the 71,000-year-old fossilized remains of a man in Long Spian Cave. The man is thought to have belonged to a tribe who lived and hunted near the Songkhor River. Experts say it is likely that the tribe cultivated land and raised animals, alongside hunting for a diverse range of wild animals, including boars and turtles. Jewelry and pottery were also found at the site, along with the graves of 5 men and 1 woman buried between 1400 and 1360 BCE. Unfortunately, only 1 cave has been excavated so far due to the large number of active landmines that have littered the area since the ousting of the Khmer Rouge. Sapati stated they used the cave as a cemetery and asserted that the Neolithic people lived in the lowlands near the river. They had agriculture and they domesticated animals. Number 2. Lost cities lie beneath the tropical forest floor. Archaeologists have long suspected there was more to Cambodia than what was visible. In 2012, Australian archaeologist Dr. Damien Evans used a technique called light detection and ranging, or LiDAR, to conduct a survey of Cambodia's archaeological sites. The method allowed him to see through the vegetation and produce a topographical map of the forest floor. The survey uncovered connections between temple cities in Cambodia and a lost city beneath Phnom Kulen. Based on these findings, Evans was allowed to conduct a more extensive survey in 2015 to create a more comprehensive understanding of Cambodia's history. The aerial survey was the largest ever accomplished for archaeological research and covered approximately 1,243 square miles. The 2015 study discovered several medieval cities dating from 900 to 1400 years ago. The city of Mahendraparvata, which had been partially uncovered in 2012, was revealed to be the same size as the modern-day capital of Cambodia, Phnom Penh. This discovery displaced Angkor Wat as Cambodia's largest pre-industrial settlement. Historians have always believed that the Angkorian civilization had collapsed after invaders forced its inhabitants southward. However, the survey concluded that there were no large settlements in the south, calling into question the accepted theories about the collapse of the Angkorian civilization. The LiDAR also revealed strange geometrical patterns underneath the dense forests. These patterns have yet to be explained, but some theorize that they may have been gardens planted by a past Cambodian culture. The study concluded that the Angkorian civilization was even more extensive than previously thought. Complex systems of quarries, dams, reservoirs, waterways, and moats revolutionized historians' understanding of the once great empire. Number 1. There appears to be proof that dinosaurs and people coexisted. Amongst the carvings of mythical and wild animals at Tapram Temple, one has caused a great deal of controversy. The carving appears alongside depictions of monkeys, deer, birds, and buffalo, and appears to show a large creature with plates along its back, much like a stegosaurus. The relief has led to speculation that a stegosaurus-like creature may have survived mass extinction and continued to live in the Cambodian jungle until the 12th century CE. It is unknown when people first started speculating about the carving, but in the early 2000s, creationist groups started using the image as proof that humans and dinosaurs coexisted. They argue that the picture confirms the Bible's timeline of world creation. They even go as far to say that since no stegosaur fossils have been found in Cambodia, the image could not have been created retrospectively by looking at fossilized remains. This statement ignores the obvious fact that, as no stegosaur remains have been found, it is unlikely that the picture is of a stegosaur. Most people agree that the picture is unlikely to depict a dinosaur at all. The most accepted theory is that it is a rhino or a boar, and the plates were probably carved as leaves in the background. Others argue that it could be a lizard or a pangolin. Some people speculate about the authenticity of the carving and claim that it may have been carved as a hoax or joke created by modern hands. What do you think of this mysterious carving? Did dinosaurs roam the Cambodian countryside less than a millennium ago? Let us know what you think in the comments below. How would you like to get a deeper understanding of history, impress your friends, and predict the future more accurately based on past events? If this sounds like something you might be into, then check out the brand new Captivating History Book Club by clicking the first link in the description. To learn more about Cambodia, check out our book, History of Cambodia, a captivating guide to Cambodian history, including events such as the rise and decline of the Khmer Empire, Siege of Angkor, Cambodian-Vietnamese War, and Cambodian Civil War. It's available as an ebook, paperback, and audiobook. If you found the video captivating, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos like this.